Okay. I took last week off for two reasons. Well, mainly for one reason. One reason is I got sick. Can you tell my voice is a little surly? And by surly, I mean bad. A little sore throat, a little cold action. That's okay. We persevered. I did watch the Packer game, the entirety of it. And I felt one thing while watching the whole game. And that thing that I felt is nothing. No negativity, no positivity, nothing. I watched it, it wafted over me like a wet fart, and we took our win and we moved on. I didn't enjoy anything about it. I didn't like watching it. I didn't hate watching it. And now we're here after having defeated the New England Patriots, another defensive scrapper. We're 3-3 along with the rest of the AFC. We don't know who our quarterback is. And by the end of this next three games, we could be 6-4 and in solo second in our division. And I don't know what's going on. Listen, if you're new, if you like what you see, consider subscribing. Drop comments. What are your thoughts on this game? Drop likes. We're trying to get to, 4,000, 5,000. We're trying to grow this freaking thing, And I'm sick here, and I'm giving my energy to you. I hope you can give that energy back to me. If you don't like it, don't do anything. I understand. Here's what I'll say. We're going to get into everything. We're going to get into my thoughts on who should be quarterback moving forward, McDaniels, the whole 9 yards. If you saw a couple of videos ago, I said I don't like calling for people to be fired because that doesn't mean that McDaniels is fired. It means everyone in that building is fired, which is unfortunate for the people that really need those jobs. With that being said, I'm ready to move on from Josh McDaniels as head coach. Now, we've won 2 straight games since I've said that. Has my opinion changed on that? No. Has Mark Davis's opinion changed on that? Well, he called him a straight-up asshole on camera after we missed the field goal. Like, that was a fact. That's what happened. And when that happened, I said to my friend who was watching with me, if we lose this game, that's a fireable offense. And that was before I saw him call him an asshole. So I think if we lose that game, Josh McDaniels is not coaching right now. And then right before this game, there was a report on our Bleach Report that said McDaniels is on the hot seat. And if we don't start winning some games, he's out. And then we beat the Patriots. And now we're 3-3, and we got the Lions, which is a tough game, and the Jets and the Giants coming up. I think Josh McDaniels, with these last 2 games, has literally saved his coaching career, his head coaching career. I think if we lose a Packer game or this game, he's fired straight up. Doesn't last the whole season, and Patrick Graham takes over. We'll get to Patrick Graham in a second. Oh, we'll get to him in a second. Don't you worry. But as far as Josh McDaniels goes, listen, we're winning the games. Is it the best possible way to win a football game? No. Is he making questionable decisions? Yes. It's hard for me to sit here and just enjoy these wins when I don't believe in the direction the team is going. However, you can't deny that last year at this time we were not great. Had 1 or 2 wins. Now we're 3-3. We could be 6-4 with these next 3. Jets are tough. Giants are sneaky. Lions are tough. We'll see what happens. My opinion has not changed on Josh McDaniels. Jimmy Garoppolo needs to not get hurt because he was actually winging the ball up and down the field today. He played pretty decently, and I think he's the most capable of the 3 quarterbacks we have of running the Josh McDaniels offense. However, when Brian Hoyer got in the game, we were able to stretch the field because he's got a decent arm and he's willing to take shots. That ball to Trey Tucker was beautiful. He stuck another one in there to Devontae. So I think Brian Hoyer is a capable backup, and Aiden O'Connell is a wild card. So next week, who do we play at quarterback? If everyone is completely healthy, I think it's Jimmy Garoppolo. If Jimmy Garoppolo can't go because he had to go to the hospital for a back injury, I think this is now tough. I think it depends on who's playing quarterback for the Chicago Bears. Because if it is Justin Fields, I think you need to win that game, because you never know what could happen. We sneak into the playoffs, we go on a run, blah, blah, blah. I think you have to start Brian Hoyer if Justin Fields is starting. If they're starting the guy who came in today, who was an undrafted rookie, I think you throw in AOC. You let the rookies battle. I think we have the better team. If the quarterbacks even each other out, then we win the game. If Aiden plays well, then maybe you give him another start against Detroit. We build upon that. But Hoyer showed me enough today to seriously consider him being the quarterback in games that are must win if Jimmy cannot go. I know we want to see what Aiden has. It's going to take more than 2 games. So if we're going to see what Aiden has, we might as well start him the rest of the year. Jimmy Garoppolo did throw an interception today, but it was kind of a weird hospital ball that he got Devontae killed on. I don't love that. I actually hate it, and I hope he never does it again. but, legend tells me he will do it again. Patrick Graham. There's an interesting thing about Patrick Graham that I want to discuss. Are we playing bad offensive teams? Yes. I mean, the Chargers are a good offensive team. We held them scoreless in the second half. So our defense is absolutely improved. Here's what I'll say. Last year, we played good teams and bad teams offensively, and we struggled to get turnovers in any of those games. This year, we're playing bad teams offensively, and we're turning the ball over, or we're forcing them to turn the ball over, which is something we did not do in the last year. Now, have you guys noticed something about Patrick Graham? I feel like I sneaky picked up on something here that might be helping. It might not be, whatever. He's calling plays from the booth now. He used to be on the field, standing there all mopily looking, and now he's up in the booth. And ever since I've seen him up in the booth, our defense is like the 85 Bears. Now, I don't know if that's helping him. He's got a bird's eye view. He's trying to change something up. But Max Crosby is a man possessed. Might be the defensive player of the year. Jacorian Bennett is playing well. Marcus Peters, Amik Robertson, Spillane has got like 6 picks in the last 2 games. Should have had another one today. This defense is carrying us to wins with a top 5 paid offense and a bunch of weapons all over the field. I never thought I'd be saying this, but all of a sudden, we're turning into the 49ers. I don't know if we are good enough to make the playoffs. I mean, we played the Bills and we got absolutely smacked. We're going to have to see. This Lions game is going to be really important because I don't want to look ahead of the Bears, but the Bears are super duper bad. If we lose that game, season's over, start AOC, doesn't matter. If we beat the Bears and are competitive against the Lions, maybe the McDaniels personnel is starting to pay off. I don't want to put the cart before the horse, and I don't want to overreact, especially because I'm a sickly man who is running low on energy as it is. But when it comes down to it, if we look up after the first 10 weeks and are 6-4, I think that's about as well as or better than most of us thought the season would be going, especially with Jimmy Garoppolo missing at least a game and a half. And you have to give some credit to the coaching staff, whether that is a Patrick Graham or a Josh McDaniels or a Dave Ziegler. The draft picks, save for Tyree Wilson, seem to be working out okay. So we're going to have to see how these people develop into the next phase of their careers. And if they work out this season, if we go 9-8 like I said we would and squeak into the playoffs or barely miss the playoffs, do we fire Josh McDaniels? Not what should we do, what will we do? I don't know. Does Mark Davis give him one more year? Either way, I think McDaniels with these last 2 games has absolutely saved his job, and I'm interested to see what happens these next few weeks. The Madden Sims will come back. Again, I just took a week off because I needed to regroup mentally and physically. If you're new to the channel, please be sure to subscribe. It is free after all, no charge to you. I love you guys, and I'll see you next time. That guy's a dog. Woof.